Well, we are closing in on the halfway stages of the Premier League season, and I've got to tell you something. I'm not sure if I should say this now or wait until further down the line near the end of the season, but potentially we might be looking at European qualification. Hello, welcome to part 24 of the Hollywood Dream, and coming up in today's episode, we do have our Premier League fixtures against Everton and Chelsea. So since the last episode, our form has been very good, very good. When was the last episode? Don't even know when it was. I think it was. Was it Tottenham and Liverpool? I think it might have been them games, but since then, form's been absolutely unbelievable. Getting three defeats, mind you, they were against Fulham, Manchester United, which we did lose 5-0, and a 3-1 defeat to Newcastle. Then we've also won 3 games, a 2-1 win over Wolves, a 3-1 win over Brentford, and a 4-2 win over Leeds. So this is the league table, if I can get to the league table. So 17 games played. By the end of today's episode, we will be halfway through the league season. So 17 games played, 32 points on the board. Obviously, if we complete Everton today, that will take us potentially up into third, which is crazy territory. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm not looking to qualify for Europe this year. But if it happens, it happens. So we do it like a couple of years in advance. But yeah, that'd be just absolutely crazy if that does happen this year, because I wasn't really planning for it. I was hoping to be in the Prem for about 3-4 years, then try and qualify for the Europe. But no, we might end up doing it in 2 seasons. So this is the lineup for our match against Everton. Will be Sherpan in goal, a back four of Gusto, Brunt, Rubio and Centels, Irving and Fernandes in the midfield. Fernandes fit to play 60 minutes. We do have midfield on the bench. We've got Anacon and Jack Taylor down on the bench. We've got Bookfitch on the right, Owastadio in the middle, Saito on the left. Then we've got Sky Fink up front. As I'm sure you are aware, well, you might have guessed already, Myron Burgess picked up another injury. He's nearly back from this one, but he's been on the sideline pretty much since the start of the season. So first of all, we had a torn thigh muscle out for 2 months. Then pretty much as soon as he returned, twisted his ankle. Then pretty much as soon as he returned from that, he sprained his knee ligament. So he hasn't played much at all this season. So I'm thinking, with how injury prone he has been this season, we probably just sell him in January or the summer. Probably January, then we could get in like an 18-year-old striker. Because if we're going to qualify for Europe, we need players that could potentially become homegrown at the club, because we don't have many. Well, the ones we did have probably have gone out on loan or elsewhere. So yeah, that's slightly problematic. That's why I don't really want to qualify for Europe this year. But we've got loads of players homegrown in the country, just don't have any homegrown players at the club, or can be homegrown at the club, which is that's another thing that's problematic. So I think we definitely have to be doing a little bit of shopping for youngsters in January. Obviously, that's with the budgets we've got. We've got £5 million to spend. Not really enough to do any sort of big transfers, but should be able to do at least 1 or 2 signings. And if Myron Benji does go, that will give us at least a good, I would say, at bare minimum, an extra £10 million, because I don't want to keep him at the club if he's just going to constantly get injured. Owastadio has got the ball, plays the ball to Fernandes, Irving, Centels. Owastadio might have got fouled. No, he does win a corner with 20 minutes left to play of the first half, which Irving is going to whip in back post. It was a decent delivery. We have players back there, but unfortunately the goalkeeper did get there ahead of any of our players. Gusto plays the ball to Bookfitch. Skyfink lurking in the middle, doesn't quite get his head onto it. Saito whips in Bookfitch, and he does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Wrexham versus Everton with 20 minutes left to play of the first half. And as it stands, we do move up into third. And that's a great goal. Gaetano Owastadio with his many, I think, first free kick he's ever scored this season. But what a goal that is! Didn't think that was going to go in. I thought the goalkeeper would have saved it or just wide off a post, but it squeezed his way into the back of the net. And as I said, we do move into third, 2 points behind second place Newcastle. I mean, there was a point in the season. I don't think we were ever top of the Premier League by but I think we might have been top by at least 2 or 3 games, but we did drop off a cliff, not dramatically, but we did. Our form did go a bit bad, but I think it's on its way back. I'm not going to say we're going to win the Premier League this year, but it might potentially happen. Did we concede a free kick or did they win a free kick? I don't really know. I've not really been paying attention to these closing moments of the first half where we do lead Everton 0, Wrexham 2. I mean, yeah, I couldn't imagine Wrexham qualifying for the Champions League. If that does happen, I'm not going to win it next year. That's not just, well, we might. It depends on the budgets. If we do qualify for the Champions League, I'm expecting at least well over 100 million. Gaetano Stadio is there for his second goal of the game, and we are 3-0. 3-0 against Everton. Wow. Gusto has the chance to cross his. Stadio gonna get his house a bit of a weak cross that, but we might still potentially have a chance with Irving. That's very poor. I think Irving, if we do potentially qualify for Europe, I think Irving is one of those players who is definitely gonna go because he's clearly not good enough. But he is good, but he's not world class. That's the sort of players I want or potential to be world class. Irving has the chance to cross it, plays the ball to Saito. That was a decent curled effort, but just a little bit unfortunate. Gusto plays the ball over to Bukvich. Oh my good God. Was Bukvich offside? It must have been very close because I certainly didn't think he was. We're only 9 points off Arsenal. We do have a game in hand to them. We could potentially still win the Premier League this year. Plenty of games left to go, but let's just focus on avoiding relegation first, which obviously we are going to do because I'd say we're probably a 40-point season is technically a safety net, but I think when we get to 40, I think we've got to look towards getting 60 points. I'm not sure how many points did we get last year. Definitely it was more than 50, but we have conceded a goal. I'm not going to worry about it too much because we've got 25 minutes left of the game. I doubt Everton are going to get 2 goals to draw the game, 3 goals to win it. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think we should probably make some subs. Fernandez has played 6 over 6 minutes extra than he should have played, so we are going to get on Jack Taylor. That's probably another player that will leave in the summer should we qualify for Europe because he's clearly not good enough. And we are going to get off. We'll leave on Bookfish for now. They are tiring the 3 behind Skyrink. And I think Centels is going to make way for Seb Raven. I think that's probably all we'll do for the sub in terms of substitutions for now. Bookfish loses the ball. I think he is probably close to coming off. I think we'll give Bookfish probably another 5-10 more minutes after we've done these two substitutions. Bookfish, great control. Fernandez has got the ball. What can he do just before he comes off? Bookfish has the chance to shoot. He does shoot with his effort, but unfortunately, just wide of the goal. Raven has got the throw, plays the ball to Rubio at the back of the pitch. Come on, Irving. Taylor, Stadio has the chance to shoot. He does, and that might be his hat trick, or he might be just a fraction offside. Yeah, goal has been disallowed. How close was it? How close was it to being allowed? Not even close. Absolute clear as day offside, that is. Right, we are 15 minutes away from winning this game against Everton. We are going to make a a couple more substitutions. KK is going to come on for Bukvich, and I think we will get off Rubio for Harwood Bellis, and hopefully we don't concede too many goals with that centre-back partnership. And Jared Branthwaite has got another goal back for Everton. They're now 1 goal behind. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit worried now because obviously with 15 minutes left to play, Everton do need 1 more goal to level the score lines. They've had more shots than us. In terms of shots on target, that is absolutely level. So, I mean, looking at the stats, this match has got a draw written all over it because it's been fairly even. XG is pretty similar. We have done it. We have managed to hold on to the win. A 3-2 win over Everton. Absolutely brilliant. And after the first game of the episode, we do move into third. We could easily be second by the end of today. That is absolutely crazy. And Oristadio, what a performance. He's wanted by a few teams. He's wanted by Alwida. What's his release scores? What's that? Clubs in Champions League, 25 million. So that does include Alwida. So if they do come in for a bid, straight up projection. Obviously, if a Champions League club makes a bid for 25 million, yeah, that's a slightly bit of bother. Otherwise, I don't really want to lose him because he's been absolutely brilliant for us this season. But hopefully, we can make it 2 wins on the bounce of a win against Chelsea. The lineup for our match against Chelsea will be Sherpan in goal, a back four of Gusto, Brunt, Rubio, Raven, Alcaron, and Fernandez in the midfield. Then we've got Bukvich on the right, Obastadio in the middle, Moreira on the left, and Sky Thing up front, whose current ability now 3.5 star. I genuinely think he is better than Myron Benji. Okay, they're matched up in terms of the ability, but obviously Sky Thing only being a lone player. Yeah, I think he's going to be a great player in the future. Whether that's if we get him in permanent, I'm not sure if we've got not sure if we actually have a optional fee for him. Shall we have a look? No, we don't. No, we do not. We don't have an optional fee for him. I'm not sure how much he will actually cost if we do decide to get him in permanently. I suspect well over £50 million. I suspect that's what Ajax would want, but we have a chance to potentially grab at least a reasonably early goal. Alcaron, a lovely ball out to Raven. Can he cross it? He does. Bukvich was lurking at the back post, but Selena, the Chelsea goalkeeper, just about gets to the ball ahead of Bukvich, who was like I said, he was lurking at the back post. He was ready to pounce on it if the goalkeeper did make that mistake, but luckily for him, not luckily for us, he didn't make that mistake. We potentially get the ball back. Sterling has got the ball for Chelsea, runs into the box, and then Kunku puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Chelsea. Just under 15 minutes to play. We were already losing, but we are against Chelsea. I mean, look at where we are in the table. We're 4 points clear of 8th, so it's not like we're going to drop out of the European places. But then again, I wouldn't mind it if we do, because, like I said, I don't want to qualify for Europe this year, because realistically, the squad still isn't strong enough, definitely not for Europe. Maybe for the Europa League Conference League, just definitely not for the Champions League. And it is 2-0 to Chelsea, and this is a reason why I don't want to play in the Champions League, because we're going to be playing teams much better than Chelsea, with much more expensive squads. So we just end up getting smashed at least 4-5-6-0 every game if we play teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Munich, Dortmund, those sort of teams, which we don't really need to play against now. Moreira is injured, so we are going to get on Koke Saito. He can replace him. Hopefully he can conjure up some magic, hopefully, which he hasn't done in absolutely ages. Gutierrez is going to whip in the corner, and Kunku on the edge, and it's a good goal from Cole Palmer. I'm praying this goal is going to be disallowed. It looked like it should be, but let's see what VAR says about it. It's 3-0. Oh my god, it's 3-0 to Chelsea. He looked like he came from an offside position, but I think it's just a great run. Good awareness from Cole Palmer. I must give him that. We've been absolutely smashed this first half. We've only had one shot. It wasn't on target, but hopefully we can get a goal. Skyving plays the ball out to Gusto. That's a heavy touch. A very heavy touch in a quite decent area to potentially cross the ball, but just a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, he is playing against his one of his former teams, Gusto. Bukvich, come on, yes, Stadio puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-1. Still need 2 goals to make it level, but at least we've got a goal in the first half. That is always a very positive sign to see. If we could get a second goal, we're on cloud 9. Raven, if he had gone down, is that a penalty? It might have just been outside the box, and Gyökeres has broken the defensive line, broken the offside trap, and that is a great save from Sherpa. Still out of contract this summer. I think we probably do lose them on a free. We're not going to sign the goalkeeper in January. We'll leave that until the summer, because that'd be our main focus of improvement, because I definitely want to try and get not a young goalkeeper with decent potential, but just a decent goalkeeper that's not going to blow all of our transfer budgets. Obviously, if we get 100 million transfer budget, we can spend at least 50 million of that on a goalkeeper, because obviously we've still got plenty of loan players out on loan that will need to be sold in the summer. Obviously, Paul Mullins still at the club. I would love to sell him, but nobody seems to want to make an offer. But we have received a loan before, Ollie Rathbone from Bolton. Very minimal loan offer, but I just want to see him gone. And Kunku puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-1 from the penalty spot. And as much as I want us to draw this game, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. And it's not going to be the end of the world, because we do have a game in hand to most teams in and around the Champions League, Europa League spots, which is absolutely vital that we do win that game. Which I presume that game in hand is, I think it would be. I think it's against Fulham, because they're the other team on 19 games to play, but it might not work like that. Vink has got the ball, plays the ball down to Saito. Is this the chance to get a second goal here? Raven, come on, it's got Saito. He didn't use it, but he didn't really need to use him, because he does win a corner. If we can get a goal here, there might be a chance that we could put off the greatest comebacks of all time. Bukvich has got the ball, has the chance to cross it again. Took probably one too many touches. I think he should have controlled it, then crossed it. Then we might have had a decent chance to score. Fofana has got the ball for Chelsea. Good ball out to Cole Palmer. Raven pretty easily dispossesses Cole Palmer. That's a very poor pass. Whoever that was, I think it might have been Alcron or Fernandez. Very, very rubbish that was to watch. Fernandez is going to make way for Jack Taylor. Radia is going to come on for Stadio. I think that's all the subs we shall do for now, with half an hour left to play. Let's drop some encouragement in the hope we can try and get at least one goal back. And that's not what we need. Oh my god, what is it with the striker role? What is it with that position? Why do they always get injured? I guess we get on Keikai. They will do a little bit of a sort of shifting around the front three, so Saito can go up front. He can play up there. He's not great at it, but he can play there. Bukvich out on the left, Keikai out on the right. And Gusto is going to make way for Jeremy and Yakia. Very, very shattered. Not having the best of games today, but he is against Chelsea. I'm sure the away fans are giving him a little bit of stick for leaving Chelsea for Dortmund and now finds himself in Wales. Right, let's drop some more encouragement. We've got 10 minutes left to play. I doubt we're going to get another goal back. We might get another goal back, but I doubt we're going to get like 3 goals to level up the game. But this game can produce some crazy stuff at times. And Gakia hits the post. If Bookwich was a couple steps to the left, he might have scored that rebound. But I think he is tiring, so we're going to expect some sloppy stuff from him, as well as Saito as well, who hasn't he's been absolutely terrible since he's come on. Enzo has got the ball for Chelsea. Can we just stop them from scoring a 5th goal, please? Well done, Alacon. Very, very good tackle. Clearance was a bit poor. Ashley Pong with the strike well over the top of the crossbar, not even threatening. I must admit, even though we haven't scored this second half, far better than the first. Absolutely brilliant. I just wish we could have scored in this second half, but we drew the second half. May have got absolutely annihilated in the first, but we improved, just not enough. But I think that's fine. That's fine. I mean, to be 5th at the halfway stage of the season when we're predicted to finish rock bottom, I mean, you'd be rude not to take it. Moreira out for 5 to 6 weeks. That's not great. Skyvink out for 3 to 7 weeks. It's manageable. Jack Taylor out for 1 to 2 days. That's absolutely fine. Yes, we are in injury crisis, but we are 2 days away from the transfer window opening. But yeah, I mean, with budgets like that, but players will have to go. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure how many, but I'm sure we'll have a couple more players in by the time of the next episode. So I think we'll probably just come back, probably just after the January transfer window shuts, for our matches against Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.